What's up, y'all? Hey, man, I haven't said that in so long. It's incredible to be to I don't know. It's weird to actually say to be back because I took a break on purpose. But hey, what's up to everybody? Let me see who's in here. Let me see what's going on. Brandon Rico, thank you. You know you're my brother, man. Thank you for stopping by. Product Detective, what is going on, my brother? It's good to see you. Thank you for staying up. I know it's late out there in Australia. Terry, you know Louis Lazuka, he is my dude. We've been talking every week for, probably the last 40-something weeks. Lou, good to see you, brother. JCU, thank you for jumping in. Princess, always good to see you as well. My Patreon fam is going crazy right now, showing love. Mars the Artist, what's going on? Black Owl 7, what's up? Illustracion, I don't know if Illustracion, hopefully I said that right. What's up? Sean Bowers, what's going on? Be jamming since birth, good to see you, brother, man. You've been putting up some good content as well. Zach Scott Music, Soul Touch of the Poet. Yo, what's going on? Hobby Gray, Cuddy, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping by. FB London, Brian, Lupia, oh, man. B-Phil at Mad Delta, Horace, what's going on, cuzzo? Muye, I'm a butcher y'all names. I'm so sorry, y'all. Technically T, what's going on, Mike G? Byron Parker, what's going on? Man, let me just keep it going just for a little bit. I want to say what's up to as many people as I possibly can. Yeah, Lou, you already know. I had to. You've been telling me I had to get on. Let me fix this real quick. Let me make sure this is on point. Okay. Can I bring this down smaller? Man, listen, y'all. It's it's great to be in the building. Wave, what's going up? Hey, always love. Shout out to the hometown of Seattle. Welcome to D-Lo Life Beats. What's up, family? How are you? Man, yes. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of things that I missed. It's been almost 5 months since I've had my last video. And so it's crazy to be in the building. I'm going to wear my glasses right now so I can see these comments. Canada, I know we in here. Where is everybody else at? Let me know what's going on. Let me know. Hey, thank you, Product Detective. You know I've been trying to keep my health up. Zach Scott Music, thank you, man. More music is definitely on the way. A lot of things are on the way. Yeah, I just want to, continuously say what's up. Nick P, hello from the UK. Man, Tamir, what's going on? Touch Tennis, you my brother. We just got off the tech conversation, and I thank you for reaching out to me and let me know how you've been and how I, checking in on me as well. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been since the middle of December since like my last for real video. Sean Johnson, thank you, man. William Askew, Virginia's in the building. Love from the Philippines. Okay, great to see you. Oh, Wheezy, great to see you, my dog. Michael Lunde. Denmark's in the building. Boston's in the building. Baltimore's in the building. Brant Collins, good to see you, my brother. Little Rock's in the building. All right, Tamir from Israel, thank you so much. ATL, that's what I'm talking about. We're here representing the hometown. Carson, California's in the building. That's right. Man, there's so much going on. Big love. Thank you from Switzerland. Appreciate y'all. Ethiopia's in here. Wow, y'all showing love like crazy, man. I feel good, feeling good. Georgia's in the building. You already know what it is, princess. Man, showing love from H-Town. Mary Astro. Thank you so much, y'all. Always showing love, always showing up and showing out for me. Man, this is good. Digital Hustle Films. What it do? And it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Wakanda, that's what I'm talking about. Alton Roundtree. What's good, family? Did I eat any chocolate eggs yesterday? No, I didn't, but I did have quite a bit of candy. Man, LA's in the building. Thank you. Horace, Cuzzo, thank you. Man, we are all in here. Oakland's in here jamming. I appreciate you, man. I feel good. I feel great. I'm feeling really grateful today. Maryland is in the building. Yeah, y'all. I have to, say this straight off the fact. It has been quite a bit. My longest break that I've ever taken on most of my socials. I'm still kind of, active on Instagram and here and there on Twitter. But Detroit's in the building. Philadelphia's in the building. I'm just going to keep going back and forth. I'm trying to send this energy to y'all on this Monday morning. Get everybody fired up for the week. Lorenz Dominique, Denver's in the building. Mr. T-Chess. If I mess y'all names up, that is on me. My bad. But I appreciate the love. The Caribbean, big up. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. But listen, it's good, man. It's good. I'll tell you like this. I've been away from everywhere except my Patreon family. They know we've been talking and having our discussions every week for the last almost year now. And man, we've had some incredible conversations, incredible accountability that we go towards each other. And it's a conversation that we have every hour on Sundays. And it's been amazing. But I'll tell you like this. It was crazy. Let me do a little testimony real fast and let y'all know kind of where my mind was 5 months ago. So y'all know last year, we did the whole 100,000 subscribers, and that was one of the biggest goals that I had for starting this channel. One of it was just to show people that it was possible to make professional content with these iOS devices, with these mobile devices, right? But the other thing was to be able to help in any way from not only a technical perspective, but also even a spiritual and motivational level as well. And, I saw myself getting into the rut of just, what is it about, YouTube that it's really fulfilling me. And I'll tell y'all, 9 months ago, I started getting on this journey, and I was trying to figure out what was the bigger purpose in my life. And, because, I've seen and done a lot of things. Everything that I've really truly wanted and believed in that I could possibly do, I went after it. Sometimes I lost, sometimes I won. But I'll tell y'all, I went after it, and I tried my best to get the things that I really, really wanted out of life. And one of those was that silver play button for my son. I did it for my firstborn son, my only son. Because he was so focused on being a YouTuber at 7 and 8 years old. I wanted to show him that it was possible, and I wanted to see how long it was going to take and what was it going to do. Yes, Lewis, it was all about my passion, all about the purpose. And what was my intent? My intent was that. And so I went ahead and I did it, and I tried to figure out how to build this community up. And I tried to make sure that, I responded to every comment, as well as try to build this into real relationship as much as I possibly could. And when it happened, I was like, this is awesome. And I could see that there was so much more that I could take it. I saw the climb, right? I don't know if any of y'all seen, I'll check the comments in a second, but I got to get this out. One of the videos that I talked about as far as like being at the top of one mountain when I was a part of, the first Grammy Award winning album that I was a part of. And then realizing like there's more to myself than just being a beat maker. There's more to myself than just being stuck in a studio by myself, 7, 10, 12 hours a day. And I had to work on myself. And so I worked on myself because I saw another mountain. And I didn't know where the top of that mountain would lead. And so I just kept going, and I went down that mountain, and it was very tough, the years before YouTube, of just trying to figure out what it was that was going to take me to that next level and get me up another mountain, that mountain that I saw so far in the distance. And this was about 10 years ago. Literally, it was 2012, when I started to feel these feelings. And so, man, Brant Collins, thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna keep going. I'm trying to keep back in the chat and stay as engaged as possible. But let me try to get this one out. And so from this point, like I could see that it was gonna take a while for me to actually get to another mountain. And when I started to climb up this mountain of being more of just more of somebody that could be poured into from God, through all of my experience, through all of my talents and my gifts, he started giving me a more and more opportunity to do things. And YouTube was one of the things that just started to blossom and started to manifest into something that was crazy. Me actually speaking to this lens has changed my life, giving me more abilities to speak to people, build community, network, build relationships, to be able to teach and educate and motivate, to stay engaged and stay focused in the moment. And so I did all these things, and I reached that goal back there, and once again I was like, okay, what's the next goal? And should it be a situation to where I should just strive for going for that, that gold play button, and really figure out what's gonna take me there, and how long is that gonna take, and is it even worth it? Is it even about me? That was the big question mark that hit me in my forehead about 9 months ago. Is it even about me? And I started to realize, no, it's not about me at all. It's more about trying to figure out how I can be better for everybody else around me. And so I started getting on this journey of like walking, and started getting on this journey of like, all right, what does everything mean in life? What does it mean to be this YouTuber and have this platform and have all these people that support you, if you don't continuously pour into them? Because I started to see myself just focusing on like, okay, I can talk about this device, and I could talk about that device, and I could talk about this device, and then I can get sponsors to pay me to talk about other devices and other products. And it wasn't even feeding my soul at all. You know what I mean? I was just like, like, what is it? What is it about being on these platforms that get us to a space where, is it about us, or is it about actually helping others? And the more I got to it, the more I realized it wasn't feeding me. It was actually taking away from me, as far as like my frustration level was going up, because like a lot of us, we would focus in on the analytics, we'd focus in on the algorithm, we'd focus in on my retention rate and all the things, and trying to figure out how to continuously level up as fast as possible. And that doesn't really amount to anything. I mean, I have a lot of plaques, I have a lot of hit records, I've done a lot of things, and really what matters is, can I affect and help and guide somebody, and maybe use every skill that I have to be able to help somebody have a better day, help somebody and get enlightened. And it doesn't have to be about the tech. It doesn't have to be about, certain products that I'm talking about. It could be about anything. And so I started to feel that friction in me as far as my spirit and what I was bringing to this platform, And so I was losing it. I was losing the love for it. And yeah, be jamming. I was losing it. I was trying to figure it out. And I think there's a lot of us out here trying to figure out how we're going to get to that space. How can we make this a career? How can we make this something that we do forever? But how can we do that without killing ourselves off and having strong mental health issues and having, strong issues in dealing with, connecting with our family and connecting with our friends and connecting with, our community that's outside of our virtual communities, because we're so focused on what's the next topic, what's the next video, what's the next viral thing that I can do. And I was like, yo, I'm done with this. So I started taking these walks and I started just letting go of the past, all the things, all the great things, all the dope shit that I've done in my life. And then all the things that were bad and all the things that I might have regretted and all the things that I wish I could try to do over. And, all the things where I was sitting there like, does it even really matter? I did those things. They're done. There's a lot of things in the future that are coming I'm not sure about. So let me not feel regret. Let me not feel remorse. Let me not feel anxiety about the future. Let me focus in on what's happening right now with my family, with my community, with my health, with my mental health. And so I started going on this path and on this journey, reading more books than I ever read in my life, getting a little bit more spiritually inside of myself, saying, you know what, I want to be better for everybody that I come across. I want to pour into people and figure out if I want to talk to you about a product, that's because you need it. You need something to help level you up. Cool, we can do that. If we want to talk about what's going on mentally, we want to talk about what's going on career-wise, we can do all of those things. And we can figure that out together if we come open and willing, if we come kind and focused, if we come and push out and purify the toxicity in our spirits and just come and focus in on all of the things that are going to make us better people for each other. And the world is still in a crazy space. But I just want to be one person who starts to focus more into the focus more inward and be able to be more about giving and more about showing love and more about being forgiving and more about being understanding and more about being non-judgmental than I've ever been in my life. And so that took me away. And that took me away from YouTube because I was starting to figure out, so what am I going to talk about now? Everybody's waiting for certain things from me and my spirit's taking me into another place. Oh, should I start a new channel? Oh, should I do all these other things? And it just progressed and time kept going. But I'll tell you this, as I started to get more and more in line with doing, just being a positive person and bringing positivity to the communities that I was around, more and more and more opportunity. The more I let go, the more opportunity was coming my way. And so I have more opportunity to do more films outside of YouTube, more speaking engagements outside of YouTube, more business opportunities outside of YouTube, more leadership positions outside of YouTube. And even from a financial standpoint, the finances that I've made over the last 9 months is trumped every dollar that I've made ever on YouTube. And that's not to say that's what this was about, because I realized this for me wasn't about being a full-time YouTuber, being able to level up, being able to do the hustle hard mentality. It was more so about how can I help others and tell people who I am and give people that perspective on just who I am, where I've come from, and maybe how I can help you. And then focus in on finding the other places to get, take care of my family or provide, a quality lifestyle. And so it just started to happen because I started to let go of it all. Let go of the plaques and the accolades and the awards and the likes and the subscriptions and the viral moments and say, you know what? It's all good. If I can just help one person today, that's enough, and maybe I just need to help myself today. And so maybe I've been helping myself for the last 5 months get to this place that I can clearly speak to, all that's watching, all that's here. And I thank every single person who's joining in right now because you saw something in me to click subscribe. You saw something in me today. You say, let me see what's going on with Henny. It's been too damn long. And it has. And I apologize for that because I never wanted to leave y'all hanging. You know what I mean? But I had to figure out how to get myself together so that when I come back here, it isn't, I can take the beating of saying, damn, where's the reviews? Damn, where's the tutorials? Damn, I missed that. I get that from everybody. People are like, yo, are you okay? Are you healthy? Are you sick? Did you catch COVID? And none of those things happened. It was more of a spiritual situation. And what I'll tell you about that second mountaintop that I was starting to climb, I realized like it's more about focusing in on the soil than it is about focusing in at the top of the mountain. I had to go deeper and find what is actually going to make me stronger as a man to be able to help all those that I come across. So that's the long story long of why I've been gone for 5 months. But I'll tell you this, I'm fired up. I'm fired up musically. I'm fired up content-wise. And not just like I'm ready to do a whole bunch of videos, but I'm ready to help. I'm ready to figure out what is actually needed because, I have a lot of I have a lot of great network ability to try to help bring, just bring some positive situations to as many people as I possibly can. So what does that mean for this channel? I don't know. It's just I want to continuously do the things that bring me joy, and give y'all inspiration. I talked a lot about what makes a successful content creator in 2022 in my eyes, and that's always been the availability to engage, to entertain, and to educate. As well as like motivate and tell people how, how you got through the struggles, how you got through the hard times. But I want to engage with you guys. That's why I'm doing these things live. And that's why I felt my spirit going more live than it was about making, scripted content or focused in content that met a certain time criteria and all the things, because I realized I wasn't focused so much on this. I wasn't focused so much on this. I was like, if I help people, more opportunities are coming, and they have. So if you focus more on just giving and not focused on yourself and how I win and how I'm going to level up and how I'm going to be doing all the best things, dude, I promise you, to everybody hearing my voice right now, it changes. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to this because I'll get long-winded and do other things. And I know this is a Q&A just as much as it is a testimony. So that's kind of where I've been for the last 5 months, trying to figure out what it is about my life that's going to help others. And the more that I let go of myself and the things that I'm trying to do and all the greatness that I want to obtain, let me let all of that go and say, you know what, just guide me every day. And so I do this every day. It's a literal surrender every day. Like for real, like let go and say, how may I serve you every day? How may I be able to do the things to make somebody else happier, more loving, more giving, more cherished, more encouraged, whatever. So yes, that's it for that part. So, Forever Mirror J, thank you so much. Be jamming, thank you. I appreciate you. Man, come on, Touch Tennis, talk to me. These are the things that I think about a lot, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you've missed maybe from my content or any questions that you might have had for me over these last 5 months. Yeah, it sounds crazy to say that, but thank you, Fernando Silva, for in the building. You've been killing it, crushing it on your content, and I love to see cats stay consistent. DW Dougherty, thank you for the love. Yes, it's been a spiritual awakening for real. And so, when it comes to the products that are around me that I'm still using every day, I can still tell y'all that this iPad Mini 6 is still my go-to every day. I write a lot of notes these days. I do a lot of things that just pop into my head. And this is still the iPad of my favorite iPad that I've ever had. I'll tell you, like, this thing fits where I need it to go. All the things that I talked about in the review that I had last time, this just has shown me the way. I've edited a lot more content on here offside of YouTube, outside of my things that I have to do here. But this is awesome. I've been using this in conjunction with an OP1. Shout out to my man Cord Master for really getting me hype. Shout out to my whole Patreon family. for everybody that's in here, for those who have been apart, those who are still apart, I thank every one of y'all. We've gotten to this journey, and we've kind of seen this thing evolve, and y'all seen me evolve over the last year. So I appreciate for everybody who's invested in showing love there. And I had to cap off, like if you went to my Patreon channel, you'll see that I capped my Patreon at 25 people. I just did that recently because I know what it's worth, and I know the conversations that we've had, and I don't want it to get overwhelming, so that we can have this crazy community that we're building. Yeah, I mean, other than that, shout out to my man Frozone, my man Tristan. He was the one who was like, I've always been a GoPro hater. I was like, I could do so many other things with a GoPro, with other devices, and I don't necessarily need a GoPro. But one of the biggest things that I've learned about using a device like this is my ability to document my life in a single way, right? I hit this button, I hit record, and it's just giving me a moment to talk about, what's going on. This is the moment that we're going live. I'm out here live. I'm shouting out all my folks. Y'all see what's going on. We're having a great time going live, and it's great to be back on YouTube. So I do something like that, and I just catalog that moment. One of the biggest game changers for me of using a GoPro is having their GoPro subscription that I paid, I don't know, $25, $50 for the year. And you just automatically upload it automatically uploads your content directly to the cloud. So I don't have to worry about taking out the SD card. I don't have to worry about figuring out, how I'm going to use this content, or, when am I going to use it? It's just cataloging my life in the moments that I have, so that when I need to go back to some things, I can do that. So this GoPro Hero 10 has been amazing, and I use that for this specific purpose. I have been vlogging, but I've been vlogging just for myself. So sorry to be a little bit stingy, but it's coming. All right, man. And for other things like that, like I haven't even purchased a whole lot of gear or tried out a whole lot of new things. All the new all the new Macs, I didn't have a need for it. This M1 Mac Mini that you're seeing me on, hopefully the quality is still rocking. Hopefully my Sony A7C with the 20mm lens, and this Deity S Mic 2 is still holding me strong. Yes. So let me go back to the comments. Let's see what the questions are. Love to everybody that's going crazy on the comments right now. Yeah, be jamming since birth. I was watching your videos on the OP1 for sure. Thank you for some of those some of those tutorials. Let me see. Let's see. Boom. Art of 4K asks, would you say you were at a crossroads? Yes, I would. Yeah. Let's be honest. As far as my journey, I would say that, I started to realize that, with my life, I can do better and I always feel better when I'm giving, when I'm showing love. I'm a middle child. Shout out to all the middle children out here on the chat. I'm a middle child. I'm in between my brothers. My older brother's 5 years older than me. My younger brother's 3 years older, and we're very, 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 very tight. But I've always been the one who's trying to bring everybody together. People always call me the glue. And I think there are moments that we get off track in life, and we could get off track for a long period of our lives where we want things to be about us, and it's okay to have selfish moments and say, you know what, I need to take time for myself. I need to focus in on myself. I need to go get it for myself, or go get it for my family, whatever your priorities are. So I think I was at a crossroads when it came to, this spiritual awakening, because, I realized that, I was constantly trying to go up. I was constantly trying to go up. We're always trying to go up, and I needed to go down and find what's really in me, find and really start to correct that, because we can continuously go up. We can get all the money, all the awards and the accolades and all the things, and we get there and we're still broken because we never fixed the soil. We're brittle, and I didn't want to be that way. And I think that from a lot of us dealing with the pandemic, dealing with social isolation, the mental health issues that we've all dealt with over the last 2 years, we've seen moments where we're frustrated, we're agitated, and we're still in that moment where we're not maybe feeling as comfortable as we were 2 to 3 years ago, and it has really affected a lot of us. And I think I was at that crossroads of saying, I want to do something a little different, and I just don't know what that means. So yeah, that's that. Boom. Yeah, King Nano, right on. Yes, sir. Hey, I know Lou is cool. Um, Man, be jamming middle child as well. Shout out to that. All right, so somebody asked, do I have a 9 to 5 job? Sorry if I messed your name. I apologize. But no, I do not have a 9 to 5 job. I've had, let's see here, not very many 9 to 5 jobs in my adult life. Besides being a music creator, I went hard. I went hard as a young kid at just graduating, or actually before graduating college, to trying to become a full-time professional music producer, and I succeeded in that while struggling. I was struggling for a very long time, trying to figure it out, trying to keep the bills going. My credit went to crap, you know what I mean, in my early 20s, just trying to hold on to the dream. And those are moments where you can give up, 25. And, I was completely vandalized in my apartment in LA. And, they stole pretty much 95% of all my musical equipment. I've had moments where I was just like, yo, there's turning points. There's always that moment of devastation before there's this moment of just complete like glory, right? Like, and if any of y'all are in that moment where you're just completely devastated with what's going on in your life, it's usually a moment, especially if you're actually at it and you're trying to figure it out, and you're not just specifically just trying to wait and hope that something's going to happen. You have to literally will things into your life. And even back then, there's been multiple moments in my life where I've been devastated, broken, and figuring out like, why, how is this ever going to change? And you're right around the corner. Y'all have seen those memes. You're right around the corner. And so, no, I don't have a 9 to 5 job. But the biggest thing that has supported me throughout, my last 10 to 15 years is my hobbies. Right? I turned my hobbies into career paths or mini career paths. So, being a music producer, and having that as a hobby as a teenager, turning that into a full-time career as a young adult, then becoming successful at that, and making sure that I had great business deals that allowed myself to sustain that. I still make quite a lot of money from royalties off all the records that I've done over the years. So that sustains me one way. Doing YouTube and doing these things has helped me find 5 to 7, all the different ways of passive income. I am a adjunct professor at my college, Morehouse College in Atlanta, and that also pays me as well. I'm a videographer on the side. I've been a photographer on the side. I've done Uber on the side for a second. I mean, there's been multiple things that I've done here and there over the years. But I'll tell you, if you go hard enough on some of your, just some of the hobbies that you have, some of the things that bring you passion, and then you try to figure out how can you turn that into something that can help give you passive income, or help bring you closer to a goal of yours, it's possible. And so that's kind of what happened for me. Bam. Okay, let's go there. William, he was like, yo, how did you get out of that moment of devastation? And it's letting go. Recently, it's the idea of completely letting go. And it seems easy, right? You just say, oh, you just got to let go and let God, or let all the things, all the cliches that you hear. But it was just really starting to think like, okay, I what are the things that I actually can control? And I'm not talking about other people. I'm not talking about other things. What are the things inside you that you can actually control every day? And say, you know what? Let it go. Let go of these situations. Let go of the things that you cannot control. All the things that you cannot control, all the things that frustrate you, all the things that you're worried about that's going to happen or is coming, in the next day or within hours or in the next week or month. How am I going to take care of this? How I'm going to take care of that? And just let go to whatever higher power you believe in. And if you don't believe in something, if you don't believe in a higher power, hey, it's up to you to figure out what it's going to take for you to get out of these moments. But this is what happened to me. So I had to let go of the things that I was frustrated about that I might have done in the past and the things that I was focused on about the future. Yes, you can plan, you can try to strategize, you can try to create this ideal situation. And that's just the plan. Plans never go 100% according to the way that you have them set up. So I have a plan, I have ideas, I have goals, yet I let go every day. Every day I'm just letting go so that I'm telling myself I'm still breathing. There's a lot of people that have lost their lives. There's a lot of people who are thinking about taking their life. And I'm saying, what is actually good right now? What is actually wrong right now? You know, I'm still good. I'm still breathing. I still have water to drink or food to eat. I still have a roof over my head. All of us here still have at least internet to be able to see each other in this type of platform. There's way more things that we can be grateful about. And so I started to come up out of the things that I wanted, because a lot of the things that you're stressed out about is usually come from, things that, are very focused on things that you might not be able to control. And so I just had to let go of those things and just trust. It's like that, those trust falls. I just been trust falling every day. Just, all right, God, I hope you got me. And I just keep going about my way, you know, just start focusing more on that, focusing more on all these things. And so, yeah, it's been a journey. So, let's keep going. Oh man, yeah. Any new projects we can be looking forward to? Sure. Man, there's quite a few I can't talk about. But yeah, I'm bringing in some. I have some new projects on the way that are exciting. That we're working on. Me and my business partner Kennard Garrett. We started our company Westview Drive. That encompasses all the things: education, music, and technology. We got new apps that we're working on. We got new music that we're working on. There's new albums that are coming out from very high profile artists. There's going to be new content, and we're working on this new idea of a new podcast and other things. And of course, I'm very adamant on the education side of everything in my life. And so I've been a part of the Recording Academy as, a governor and somebody a part of the board for the last 5-6 years. And now I'm the upcoming president for the Atlanta chapter. And so I'm very focused and privileged to have that honor to be a servant leader in that space, to be able to tell people how these things work when it comes to the Recording Academy, the Grammys, all the things that matter around it. I let the cat out of the bag right now, so I haven't even posted that. So for all those watching, yeah, it's an exciting time for all the things that's working and all the things that the favor is moving in my way. So yes, a lot of things, but I don't want to be too specific right now because things can always change. Dates can always change, and you'll be like, damn, I thought you was about to do that. And I'm like, yeah, actually still working on that. It's just taking a little bit longer than we thought it was going to take. So trust me, a lot more is happening. But yes, things are going crazy. Yeah, y'all. So what else? When are we getting that new music though? I know, Cuddy. I know. Listen. I need to get back to. So that was one of the first things that started to fall off for me over the last year and some change. I was like, yo, what do I want to do musically, right? Where do I want to go? And one book that brought me all the way back. I completely recommend this to any music producer out there, and this is by Dan Charnas, Dilla Time. It's basically the life and story of Jay Dilla on one side, and then his whole ability to create a new time signature with the way that he's created his music production style. It blew my mind because a lot of the music that I would say is some of the favorite music that I grew up on, that I wanted to pattern myself on, was music that he either inspired or actually was helping to create. And so there's a book called Dilla Time. If you don't even know who Jay Dilla is, I would highly suggest you check out that book. I would highly suggest that you understand the importance of learning about music production and how it has changed over time, specifically hip hop music production. So that brought me back. It's brought me to a place where I'm working a lot more in a flowy, more loose format with a lot of the tracks that I'm doing recently, bringing a little bit more of the sampling back into the works that I'm doing, and a lot more live musicianship all coming together with some of the new projects that we're working on. So that is coming, but that's what brought me back to it. And sometimes you need that motivation. You know what I mean? Troy Severs, thank you. Good to see you. Man, Mr. Ish, what's going on, bro? Big G Robs. Yeah, so let me see here. Telling you, there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be things that's going to get in your way. And the biggest things that you got to figure out is like, yo, if I can't control it, I just got to let it go and walk and try to find the peace. Like there's been, and you gotta, I'll put in the comment. Let me see if I can find it, but I'll put it in the comments after I stop this chat. This sound that I listen to every day, and it's a YouTube video of just these ocean waves, and it just flows. And so what I do to kind of center myself is I use my AirPods or something where I can block out all the sound, and I listen to these waves. And I just listen to the waves and I let my mind just go. Because a lot of times we're fighting our ego. We're fighting our mind. The ego is the most rawest form of ourselves, right? And we're always constantly trying to fight and battle that. And for me, it's just like, yo, I got to get to a space where I can have conversations with myself, if that sounds as crazy as it seems, but literally having those conversations and talking to yourself. It's like those two heads on both sides, the good and the evil, and trying to find the balance of just trying to find peace within yourself. So yeah, I'm on the spiritual journey. Y'all might be like, oh, he didn't went left. But I've been this way for a long time. It's just really starting to zone in on that. You know what I mean? Thank you, Pulse Music. I appreciate you. Yeah, be jamming. The book is incredible. But I'm gonna put that Ocean Waves link if you check back to the video, I'll make sure I pin it to the top of this video so that you guys can check that out. It's just a sound that has just brought me really good peace so that I can focus in and let go of the things that I'm frustrated about. Say, yo, chill. Let it go. Let it go. There's nothing else that you can do right now about this. Or, yo, like I can feel the toxicity, and people talk about like being on a certain vibration. And when you vibe high, when you're vibing in love, and when you're vibing, you feel good, you feel energized, you feel like you've had a couple glasses or a couple cups of coffee or whatever. You feel that just in you. But when you're vibrating lower, you feel tense, you feel anger, you feel animosity, and you take it out on all the things in your life. And so I try to use these wave sounds and these other things so I can just purify. That's why it's the water. You know what I mean? That's why I use the water to try to flush it away, flush it in like the waves. You know what I mean? The positivity in, the negativity out. And that's what's getting me crazy results this year and everything. So yeah, what else is going on? Talk to me. All right, Kevin G, hold on. What is your approach to balancing production work, family life into a production daily workflow schedule? So, my approach is to, one, get with my wife immediately with every day so we can figure out what is on the schedule, what do we have going on, and keep a family schedule. Keeping a schedule in general, even if you don't have a significant other or whatever, just to lock certain things in, and know exactly, what you want to do and what makes sense. And allowing, if you have the capabilities, to allow yourself time to center yourself, some part in the day, because you're going to feel life is just going to hit you, right? Life is just going to hit you with random things. Random emails, random calls, random things. Like if you have a 9 to 5, other things that's going to take you away from things that bring you joy and peace. But for me, I try to keep the schedule going, but know that there's grace. You know what I mean? One of the worst things you can do is put things back to back to back to back to back on your schedule, on your timeline for the day, for the week. And I specifically try to work. My mind these days is like day by day. Like I know things that I have to do. I know things that are coming up, but I try to just let all that go because today literally could be the last one. And I don't mean to be harsh about things, but you just never know what's going to happen. So let's have intent as far as what the day is going. Let's try to focus on just getting through this day and trying to be as good on everything for every part of that day. So I knew today that I wanted to go live. I've been thinking about this for weeks and I've been trying to figure out what I want to talk about. I've had all the ideas, what I wanted to say, wanted to do. But I just was like, what? I just got to do it. I can't keep continuously put these things off. And I know I can already tell that I feel uplifted. I feel energized. So when it comes to work-life balance, you try to keep that schedule, but you try to keep some grace in there for the things that you're doing and take it day by day. That's why I have to flush and align myself, just like a guitar player, bass player. Anybody has to really, you got to realign that, and retune your guitar, your bass every day. It's going to shift just a little bit every day. That's like your spirit. It's going to shift every day. Pianos, everything, it shift every day. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to bring it back and get myself focused. And as long as I'm doing it day by day, I get a lot more out of my day. I stay engaged, with the people or that I'm around. And I don't worry so much about what other people are doing because I'm just focused on what I got going on. So that's my approach. And, there's thousands of good approaches. This is just mine. So, yeah. Thank you. Hey, Lou, I'm in the flow. I feel the flow going. All right, boom. Fun, lighthearted question. Who had better bass lines, Tupac or Biggie? Oh, man. Why does my thing go crazy? So, it depends. So, that's a tough one. I would like to hear what everybody else thinks, but I think I would go Biggie. I don't know. Nah, it's tough. I don't know. Bass lines. Yeah, I think I have more records that I've enjoyed over my life from Biggie than from Tupac as far as the tracks. And so some of the bass lines, that I'll keep going back to, would probably be Biggie. But yeah, let's keep going. Ask me anything. You know what it is. I'm an open book right now. So let's keep vibing. Let me see if I can keep going up. All right, boom. So Lewis is like, yo, so do you carve out some time to get away from notifications and everything else? Yes, when it actually comes to my devices, I turn off basically all of my notifications. And that's sometimes why it's hard for me to get back with people because I have to literally check things. I have to check my mail. I have to check IG. I have to check Twitter. I have to check YouTube. I have to check all the things. And so, I try to set time, a lot of times it just falls good when you're on the toilet or something crazy, right? You just check all the things, right? And I just go in and try to stay on it as far as just trying to be responsive. But there have been, a lot of days recently or a lot of weeks recently where I haven't been as focused on trying to respond to every notification, just because it takes me away from the things that I'm doing. I'm having a lot of Zoom calls and in-person meetings recently, and I just don't want to have that moment where, somebody's asking me an important question and I'm focusing on the notification that just popped up, and it takes me out of the engagement. So I try to stay engaged, just like I'm doing right now. So let's keep going. That's kind of how I carve it out. Henny is always in focus mode. Hey, for sure. Even before focus mode, I've been trying to stay focused. You already know what it is. Vinyl Chapter, good to see you as well. Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help my man's out here. What's the best font website you've come across? So, font website. It really depends on what you're trying to do. For me, and some of the projects that I've been working on over the last few months, I've used Canva. and the Mojo app. For Cam, these are very powerful tools that have a lot of that stuff built in, whether it's the custom layouts, the custom fonts, the way that you're able to, kind of put it on the screen, and then sometimes how you're able to actually embed that into your videos. It's still a game changer to me. The Mojo app, I did a video about that a while back, and using Canva for other things that are more like, proposals and other things. Don't discount writing things down, making proposals for yourself, proposals for your brand and your business, because there's going to be people out there who want to help you. There's going to be people out there who might want to invest, right? There's going to be people out here who want to show you love in any way, but they want to know how real it is for you, how specific it is for you. Sometimes you're going to have to write it down. Over the last few months, it's been me using Canva to write proposals and do other things with my business partners, to really get the results, so it can be specific. And once you get it written down, and you start doing things that you've never done before, I'm telling you, so people are going crazy with the fonts. I thank you for those. For me, I use products like Mojo and Canva, and I figure out what feels good. For a video content feels good, for social media content, or what feels good for doing proposals and other things. William Askew, sorry if I messed that up, are still using LumaFusion 100%. Have not strayed away at all. Been doing everything still with LumaFusion all day long. Let's see here. Lou's asking, what makes you happy if it's not money and fame? Oh man, it's giving these days. It's helping. I love to help. I really do. And anybody that's around me just knows I really love to help. I care. I truly care about people and seeing them win, and whatever that means to them. Because I've seen it, I've done it, I've figured it out. I'm starting to will things into my life way more than I possibly ever could. And it has nothing to do with the money and the fame of it, because those are just byproducts of me being good to others, So that's that. Helping is where I'm at. So I'm glad that I'm back here, because I wanna help. I wanna know what's good, and I think that's how my channel rose as quickly as it did, because my intention was to help. And my intention was to provide valuable ideas around the products and the services that I come across that I like. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. So let me see what else going on. Boom. Hey, Lynn B Music Tuition. Thank you for joining in, Daddy P. Let's see. Boom. How do you manage your family and your content creator and music? How do you manage with your family and your content creator and music producer? How you handle all those things so on flow? Not every day is going to be on flow. Not every day is going to go crazy and just be 100% effective. Some things just go left. But by going left, and for everybody who's on my Patreon, that we go left every week. We have an idea, right? This is kind of how I do my life. We have an idea, right? We have a topic. We have a subject that we're trying to figure out. We're trying to stay on point. But when the energy flows a certain way, I just flow with the energy. You know what I mean? Because the hardest thing that you can do, and this is coming from somebody who has the privilege, let's be real, to be able to flow in that way, to not have to be stuck in certain time frames in my day-to-day life. And for some of those who do have that, like more restrictive type situations for yourself, it can be frustrating when you need to stay on task. I always make sure that I get the job done, and I make sure I do my best, right? But when it comes to being creative, and it comes to doing things and being with the family, if the family thing goes a little longer, it just goes a little longer. If the creative vibes go a little longer, they go a little longer. I think that is allowed. You have to build that within your community, within your family, within the situations that you have. That's what keeps things going, and it has to be shared, right? Like, it can't just be based off of your view. If you're in a family, if you're in a community, it has to be shared. So I try to stay my best to stay on track, but when it flows and it's flowing in the right way, it works. Um, so Jay Rivera, thank you for joining in. Are you using the iPhone or did you upgrade to the S22 Ultra? I have never had any of the Samsung phones before. I'm still rocking my iPhone 13 Pro. Yeah, and man, it's so good as far as like everything that I needed to do. When it comes to doing content on the go when I'm out and about, I'm still using this. When I'm like suited and booted, I don't like to carry a whole lot of things. For like my daily driver camera, I'm still using this guy. This is my X100V, and I thought about getting a Leica. I thought about getting other things, but as far as a camera that fits in my bag, has the quality that I want to, and can take memorable photos that will last a lifetime, and that can be printed. This is still my go-to, and it hasn't changed. So sometimes you got to know what works for you. And actually, one of the biggest things that I've come across with the community and my family and my brothers and the things that we talk about is what are the products that you still have that you love that have been there for a long time. That's the real value. Because we're always switching up. We're always looking for the latest. We're always looking for the greatest. We're always trying to figure out what's going to give me that new bump in this. But usually it'll give you a tick in one direction and a down tick in the next, whether it's on the price, whether it's on the size, whatever. So, that's kind of what happens, So yeah, still using this, still using my iPhone, using my GoPro for my vlogs and my daily content as far as cataloging my life. And yeah, some of these are the things that always fit in my bag. What is my go-to bag of choice? We're gonna go there. All right, I've been using the Peak Design field pouch. And I put a custom strap from Jay. What's my man's name? I forget. He makes the custom straps, but I put all of it in this field pouch. It's small enough to fit all of this: the iPad, the GoPro, the phone, the AirPods. You know what I mean? It fits all of these things, as well as a few trinkets here and there. And it's just easy access and works well. So this is what you'll see me out and about with every day. There's another thing for y'all as far as what I'm doing. What's in my bag? I'll probably do a video on that soon so I can get some content out there to y'all that's not all live. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. Boom. What else? Yeah. What's up with the Luma Fusion update? I'm not sure what's up with Luma on the update. Multicam option is definitely something that I'm looking forward to when I shoot with multiple cameras, especially if you're doing, any type of multicam situations like podcasts or anything where you want to boom, boom, boom. You already know. All right, so let me keep going down. Wow. Thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank you for that negative down. I need to feel the hate as well. I need to feel things that aren't, just things that y'all aren't feeling. But you streaming from the Mac or the iPad? Philip, thank you for joining in. I am streaming right now from the Mac Mini. This is the M1 stock-based Mac Mini. I don't know what the quality is looking like, but this is my Mac Mini going directly into my Sony A7C. Sony A7C with the 20 millimeter 1.8 lens. I've been using this for, I don't know, since the A7C came out. This is my go-to for content creation, YouTube, and teaching and Zooms and all of that. And then that goes into my Mac Mini, and I'm using a Elgato capture card, and I try to stream in 4K if I have fiber internet here, AT&T fiber. So hopefully it looks good and feels good. Philly Shot, thank you, family. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what we're doing. This is how we're getting down. And this is why I want to do more things live. Shout out to Ecamm Live. They are definitely somebody who has shown me love for years. It is a platform that I recommend. It is on the pricier side. But if you can't, afford something like that, or if you don't use a Mac, you can always use the other platforms on what's the thing on Windows. Yeah, mine's gone. Sorry. But Ecamm Live has definitely been a huge supporter of my channel. So shout out to them. And I love all the things that they're doing with their products and their services. And as far as, everything else, things are just, they just work. And sometimes when they just work, You can try to get better quality. You can try to get a better lens, better things, better, but if it's working, it's working. Is Doji in the room? Oh, Doji, what's up, boy? I see Doji's in here. Good. Man. Okay, boom. I love the question. Hold on. Doji asks, football players have a physical expiration date. Are people on YouTube in the music industry the same? Why or why not? See, I'll say this. A lot of artists, before streaming was concerned, did times where they would work on projects, albums, records, whatever. Then they would tour, then they would live, right? And then they would do that all over again. And depending on how long that living moment was, where they needed to, get into some type of different level of their life, that's what they did, right? They worked on product, they put their product out, they went on tour, they got with their community and their fans, and then they took time off for themselves, right? In our new streaming world, players, football, basketball, soccer, they all have a season. And then after, there's an off season where you get better, where you train, where you focus on the things that you didn't do as well or the things you actually did well and you want to triple down on. A lot of time, we don't give ourselves enough time to just take that break for the off season. Say, okay, what did work? What actually was fulfilling? Well, how can I get better? How actually can I engage the community better? Because we're always like, I got to stay on the algorithm's ass, or else my followers are going to fall off, or my retention is going to fall off, or my money is going to go away. All those things can happen, right? And so but your burnout level is going to go extremely higher too, because you're just focusing on that next one, and boom, the next video, next video. Give yourself time, take a step away from it, whatever it is, even in any situation that you're in, and say, okay, what was good about that? What was actually bad about that? What actually worked? And how fulfilled am I at this moment? Because a lot of these things, when we click these cameras and we set all this stuff up, when we get the lights and all the things, we have a purpose that we're trying to get to. We have a goal, right? Regardless if we've completely thought it out as clearly as possible or not, we have a goal in mind. And, once you get to a specific goal, or getting towards that goal, or starting to get in certain type of rhythm and it feels good, stay there until it doesn't. And then you're like, okay, I need to... It's not feeling the same. It's not hitting me the same. It doesn't give me as much energy and purpose. So all of those things, I say, are situations to where you need to take a break. And I don't think there's anything wrong if you want to be in these spaces for a long time. Look at, fan favorites like Casey Neistat and other people, right? Like he went nonstop for so long. And in the process, like he said, almost had, severe problems with family life and other things. But of course, on his platforms, he was killing it. And he's in his off season right now. Not to say he's doing other things, right? I mean, I don't know him personally, but I mean, I know that I get that idea of saying, you know what, I need to take a step back and I need to figure out what actually matters in this moment in my life. So try that. I would definitely figure those things out. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. iOS track on. I don't know if I said that right, but thank you for joining in. So is it possible to stream from iPad using the, Sony cameras? Not yet. I've been wanting that for so long. I still have, this is my main device is still this, if y'all are trying to figure it out. And all the videos and all the things is still my 2021 M1 iPad Pro. What is this? 1 terabyte. Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM, 12.9-inch joint. So this sits right here. It's always here, but it's more like a laptop now because it just sits here. And that's where I do most of my work. But still, super powerful, does all the things, but you can't connect a external camera to it to do live streaming yet. And I'm just hoping that'll come soon. I really do. Chasing will burn you out quickly. Yes. And you got to figure out what you're chasing and what you're trying to do, right? What are you actually after, and why are you actually after that? So, got to get your rest. You know what it is. Y'all, that's kind of where my mind's at. I'm trying to get some more questions. Boom. All right. My man, Donald Gray II said, who were your mentors that helped you with your YouTube journey? Well, I didn't necessarily have any specific mentors to me, but I watched a ton of people, and I just studied. I studied a lot of people. So I studied, the energy and the what can I say? I studied like the energy and the flow and the liveliness in the editing of somebody like Casey Neistat, because he always just gave you something that made you feel like it was moving, it had purpose, but it was loose. It wasn't so like cut. He didn't have like the super dope B-roll all the time, all the things, but he had it to where it was like he just showed you all the things and he pieced it together that was so, it wasn't as cinematic as a lot of other places, a lot of other channels or whatever, but it was very cinematic in its approach, versus something like a Peter McKinnon, who I studied a lot of when he was coming up, and like, how he was talking about reviews and how clean and crispy, and how well it was, just is done. And somebody like Matty Apoya, I followed a lot of camera guys. I followed a lot of tutorials. Then I watched a lot of spiritual people like the TD Jakes of the world, right? Who are just showing you how to deliver, right? So I'm thinking about delivery. I'm thinking about how the things work, and then I'm watching all these YouTube tutorials on the lighting, and on the sound, and on and just things that just helped over time. But I'll tell you, being a music producer, I already really understood rhythm and just sequence, so that kind of helped over time. And then, I just listened to everybody. So, who really helped me was everybody here, with the comments, helped me with, oh man, that kind of looks a little off, or I like the way this is going, or that video felt a little more choppy, or that was a dope thing. Thank you for the inspiration, or all the things that's helped build me over the years. It came from y'all. It came from all of those things. So I thank you for that. So that's kind of how I did it. Yeah. Man. So, man, it's just, yeah. Any books. So yeah, books that I'm reading right now. I've been reading a lot, but if y'all want a recommendation for books of what I'm reading right now, I just started a great book, and it's been around for a long time, but it's really helping me. And it's called The Seat of the Soul. The Seat. Let me see if you can see that. It's The Seat of the Soul. And all the books that I'm reading are audiobooks. And so, like, from Dilla Time to The Big Payback, which was another Darn Charnas, a book that he did on the whole history of hip hop. That was an amazing read. Jay Shetty's, Think Like a Monk. That was amazing. Listen or read. Seat of the Soul is starting to be really, really good. Of course, I've read, classics like The Alchemist and other things. The Tao Te Ching. There's a lot of things that I've been focusing on over the last few months, and yeah, it's brought me into a really cool place. So Lewis is asking, do you ever have a fear of missing out, especially with shorts and TikToks and things of that nature? I think you can have that energy when you're trying very hard to be a part of the conversation, right? You want to be a part of the conversation. You want to be talked about, right? You want to be at the party. You know what I mean? You want to get the invite to the event. All those things are the same things mentally that happens, like when that FOMO kicks in and you're just like, why, should I be a part of this? Should I be a part of that? But I started to minimize my expectation. And my expectation is now like, well, if I can help one person in the communities that I'm building on a daily basis, whether it's in family, whether it's in, places here, whether it's at, education in the school, whether it's with, the Recording Academy, all the things that I'm a part of, the church, whatever it is, I've actually done a great thing today. And I can rest well thinking like, you know what? I did some good today. Cool. Let's keep pushing. So the fear of missing out becomes less and less and less because you're only worried about helping a little bit. And so that's just where I'm at with it. But man, where I'm at time. Okay. We're doing all right. So yeah. Am I a financial guru? Golden? No, not at all. I've had some cool things that have happened in my life from a financial perspective, but I'm still learning like everybody else to be the best that I can possibly be with my finances. So, yeah, I would not say that at all. And Philip drove Biasco. Sorry if I messed that up. Where am I located? I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia, here in the U.S. So, yeah, I'm from Seattle, but I am living here in Atlanta and been here for a while. Oh man, my man DJ Randy G Music's like, did Lil Wayne mumble some of his lyrics for every girl in the world? Um, I don't know what you mean by mumble, but I remember being in there when he was, when we was creating that whole Young Money album, and it was, I mean, it was just, it was vibes in those sessions, and I truly appreciate Wayne for not being gracious enough to allow us to have our drop. He was the first one out of all the records that we did prior who would allow us to put our tag on the beat or keep the tag on the beat. And he loved the tag. It was the business, the business, the business. He would just always say that walking around while he was talking to us, and always great times when it came to those sessions. So yeah, I don't know as far as him mumbling the lyrics in Every Girl in the World, but man, he was on fire at that moment. So yeah. Uh, I need to visit. Okay, all right. Killer Priest podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Um, man, Art of 4K is asking what music have I been listening to lately. Um, man, me and my brother, we've been really going back to and some of my colleagues and friends, we've been going back and forth to like, things that have inspired us from the Jay Dilla era. And so I've been going back to, hip hop from, the mid '90s to the mid 2000s. That's really like that was like my time of like just going back a little bit. So I've been listening to older things. But man, yeah. I mean, my son always gets me hip to all the new things he's on, and yeah, that's kind of where I've been lately. So let's see what else going on. Let's see. Have I stepped out of my comfort zone recently? Flip the script. I for sure have, and it's been an ongoing process. But many of you would not understand that. I was pretty much a severe introvert when I started in the industry. I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to talk. I just want to play the beats. I didn't want, I just got nerved and weirded out about things. So over the last 10 years, I've been focusing on being a lot more extroverted and working that muscle, like going to places by myself, going places and doing things. And even in crowded settings, I was cool, but like the one-on-one lunches or the one-on-one, conversations I had to get better at. And so those are the moments that I flipped, stepping out of my comfort zone and saying, no, you got this. You have the availability to connect with people and to listen and be a good listener, and so that's what I started to do is really try to have really good conversations one-on-one with a lot of people, and that's what I've been able to flip, and that's what I've been getting better at over the last few years. So yeah, man, y'all going crazy in the comments. I thank you all for all the things that's going on. Let me see. Let me get some more going in. Any more questions going in? I got a few more minutes. I just wanted to make sure I did come to y'all and let y'all know what is going on. Let me know what y'all would want from me, because it is always my goal to make sure that I'm adding value to those who need that. So yeah, I hope this has been informative. I hope this is, at least brought some energy your way. Oh, Bad Karma 714, buddy. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Man, sort of. Man, I hope all is well your way, brother. I truly hope things go well for you, and I want to continuously send prayers up for you. And keep going up, brother, because you've been a supporter of me for a long time, and so I truly appreciate that and wish you nothing but the best. And so, yeah, I mean, it looks like you're doing great things. So, man, um, thank you, iOS. Let me see if I can say that. iOS track on. Is that right? Hopefully. But yeah, that's about it, man. Talk to me if there's any more questions. Let me see if there's more that I know there's probably some that forgot of. My bad, y'all. Um, Let me see. But thank you guys all, like for real. I am truly feel good to be back here. Truly feel good to know that that we can still have these conversations. If you want more tutorial style content that isn't live, let me know. If you're really in iOS, track on. There it goes. Thank you. And if you like the live content more of the more scripted or filmed content, let me know. Man, Philly shot. Is there a possibility to meet you in ATL if I ever flew down? I think if the schedules were to present itself in the right way, for sure we could try to figure out how that works. Because I am it's been a busy season for me. Don't get like for me it's been crazy. But Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely wanted to see, if I can link with people, I can. That's where I'm at. Um, Max Rodriguez is asking, if I'm curious about music, what's the best way to get started? Figure out, okay, what it is that you are curious about, right? Because the curiosity is going to lead you into starting and figuring out a hobby, right? And so if you're curious about music, figure out the music that you're curious about and start to do the history on whatever you can find about that music. Say, for instance, it was, hip hop music. And you like hip hop music in the iteration that it is right now. And so, if it's leaning more towards like some boom bap or leaning more towards something that's trap oriented, go do the history and figure out what's the equipment that people are using. How are people? What is the software? Are you curious about being a musician or about being an artist, about being a songwriter, or maybe you're just curious about, maybe being an executive or somebody in the business. You got to figure out where your curiosity is going to lead you, right? And then from that point, know exactly you'll find the steps, right, and say, okay, these are all the different things that I can do if I wanted to be a part of that industry, and what things seem to be actually fueling you over and over again, whether it's being creative or maybe it's more on the education side. Whatever it is, I would start there and do a deep dive on YouTube based off of the genre, the things that you're into, and you'll start to see, oh, okay, these are the people who been successful in it. These are the people who actually are doing well in it or getting started in it. These could be some of my peers, whatever. And then let your gear kind of let your curiosity flow into a hobby, and then your hobby can flow into a career. That's where I would go. Picking up an XT4 first Fuji cam. Any advice? Not sure what lens you need it, and try to figure out exactly what you need it for. Just like what I was just talking about. XT4, I had it for a while. It's a great camera. One of the best all around hybrid cameras. If you're coming from a different brand or whatever, try to figure out what is the focal length that you're really into. And if you are still trying to figure that out, I would definitely recommend the kit lens that comes with it, the 18 to 55 2.8. That's a great 2.8 to 4, I believe. That's a great lens. And just get to shooting and doing things. Yeah, like Lewis saying. Joshua Silva, man, good to see you. Thanks for everybody for joining in, man. It's good to it's good to be back for real, man. It feels good. Thank you to all those who had to dip off. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for what it is. Love to my Patreon family for sure. I think we have a few slots left because I chopped it off at 25. 25 patrons, just to keep it the way that we've had it forever. Trey Woods, what's going on? Good to see you, family. How are you still liking the M1 Mac? It's holding me down. What can I say? It's not giving me too many issues. I did have, when I was trying to do a little bit more on the live side and trying to do multiple things, this stock Mac Mini with 8 gigabytes of RAM still kind of chokes every once in a while. But as y'all can see, I've been trying to run 4K through an adapter, streaming to y'all through YouTube, and it seems like there's no glitches. So, hey, it's holding me down. Let's see here. Boom. Darren Taylor saying there's pros and cons to any job or industry. The music game is ever changing. What's something or some things you tell the up and coming to stay away from and what to soak up more on? Man. Okay. Let's think about this. I would say this, dog. What are some ways to stay away from? I would say this. As far as the music industry is concerned, it is forever changing, right? You want to soak up on making sure you understand how your role of the in music industry works, right? If you want to be an A&R, if you want to be a manager, if you want to be an entertainment lawyer, if you want to be a creator, a songwriter, producer, an artist, figure out exactly, soak up as much game about how it works for your specific career path, because that will help you with the contracts. That will help you learning exactly how to get paid and how to do the things. And then you'll start to find those who have had longevity in it. So you want to soak up as much game from those who have been in it in a while, right? Some people you might be soaking up game from and they have a dirty sponge. They're disgruntled. So they're actually pouring out dirty water into your spirit, and that's not what you want. You want to find the people who, when you're actually soaking up really good game from them. And so, you want to make sure that you don't find those who are constantly telling you can't do this, you're too young for this, always hitting you with negative energy, because the way that things are going now, it takes a lot of work. This music industry is very, very cutthroat, and it will probably forever be this way. But you don't have to be a snake in this business to be a winner. You don't have to be somebody who takes advantage of somebody to get all the things that you want out of this industry. So the things you want to stay away from are those who are consistently trying to get in business with you without getting to know you. There will be those people who are like, oh man, you're dope, man. I'm trying to do some work with you. I'm trying to link with you. I'm trying to collab. I'm trying to sign you regardless. And they don't know you, because you need to figure out who is your team. Do they actually get what you're trying to do versus they can see potential and they can see dollar signs and they just want to put you in their system. That'll end up getting you possibly getting you all the things that they wanted from you, and you getting expertise and success out of it, but not really fulfilled because you're not doing it the way that you want to. I've seen that too many times. So learn the craft, learn your learn the ways that you want to be a part of this industry, and then also soak up as much game from as many people who's been around it, or just learn from them. Just Google people that you're interested in. Google people that who you want to pattern your skill set after, and try to find who they are. But find the community that best serves you, and don't be afraid to just start with you and your crew, and do as much as you can do with you and the small circle that you have to get good and get comfortable. And the last thing is, don't be afraid to let it out to the world, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening, and you never know who actually is somebody who wants to help. So, yeah. Dada Drew, happy Easter to you. Man, hey, Brandon Rico, you know what it is. I'm loving the comments going back and forth. So, is there any chance I'm getting the Mac Studio? I thought about it. I just don't have the need for it right now. And I'm trying my best to not just get things just to get them, and then realize that it wasn't worth it. It's good for YouTube for sure, like to get new products and talk about them. But it can be bad for being real with yourself, as far as like, yo, does it actually work well, right? One of the newest pieces of gear that I'm working with right now is this new Apogee Duet 3. Shout out to Apogee. They did send this over to me to review, and I'm going over it because they have a new iOS app that allows you to really kind of freak this in ways where you can start bringing in some effects that they have already built in, similar to like you would see with AUD, where you can, have built-in compressors and equalizers hit, your bass or your guitar or your microphone before it actually hits your DAW. And so with an iPad and other things where, you want to make sure that you're capturing those moments as best as possible, getting it coming in clean, using something like a Duet 3 is pretty dope. So I will be talking about that coming up soon as well. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting a Mac Studio. Yeah, but do you still love Beatmaker? It's a love-hate relationship with Beatmaker 3. It's just been too long. And I really hope that they will be coming up with a bigger update or a Beatmaker 4 or anything that will allow you to do at least some of the things and bring it up into, these next iterations of devices. I want to be able to use, the space bar and the keyboards and all the things. I want to be able to just do a little bit more that iOS has been able to do over the last few years, because Beatmaker 3 literally came out in 2017. It's been almost 5 years. I really want to see a better, a new updated version of that. But I still love it for what it's worth, and it still has been pretty solid on all the devices that I use it for. So, Big G Rob, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I thank you for joining, and I appreciate your support, man. Thank you for the super chat, man. Love. And man, after using the 13 iPad Pro, do you still miss the 11-inch? I thought I would. And the thing is, I get all the joy out of this one, the iPad Mini 6. And I'm gonna keep talking about it because I believe this is the best form for a tablet. I all the things that I want to do, I can still do on here. All the music production that I'm doing on this device. All the video editing and like all the things, I'm actually doing it on my bigger I'm doing it on my bigger iPad 12.9, and I do appreciate the screen size and all the things. But yeah, this is just the benefit of actually being able to afford two iPads at once. But if you had to go with one, like I've said before, I would go with the 11. I think it's the best size. And has the best screen real estate for the size, right? But every day for me, iPad Mini 6, every day for the work stuff, more laptop form is my iPad Pro 12.9. And this it barely ever leaves this desk, unless I'm like need to go to the studio or other things. But I carry this everywhere with me. So yeah, still rocking with that. All right, let me see what else going on. We got some more. So yeah, overall, y'all, man, this has been good. This has been it's been awesome talking with y'all, man, for real. Hit me up. I'm really been more active on IG than anywhere else. Anthony Bailey, thank you, brother. I truly appreciate that. LumaFusion has been a great supporter of mine. Shout out to Outlier. I got to give them a shout out because y'all always see me in these black shirts, and they're only from Outlier NYC. They are expensive as hell, but they are worth every penny. And shout out to them always. But man, I'm usually on IG more as far as like trying to connect with folks. So if you see me, if you're trying to hit me on any other platforms, that's probably where you'd catch me going back and forth with you the easiest. It's been all good. Keith Tut saying Air 5 versus new M1. Depends. It really depends, fam. I think that the M1 is I haven't used the Air 5. Let me state that. I haven't tested it, haven't tried it, don't know. The last iPad I picked up is the Mini 6. The Air 5 is dope, and I like having the new processor and all the things. The M1 with the extra benefits of the RAM are cool. The problem is I still haven't ran into any issues where I maxed this out, this 12.9 M1 iPad. So I would go M1. I think it's still the more powerful device in the long run. So Yeah. Any last ones? Do you still use Logic Pro? I do, but a lot of it for me, this is Jay Phillips hitting me. Thank you, brother. Um, I only use it a lot of day when we're in the studios. We use that as a collective. We're using Logic Pro, and I'm like airdropping my ideas, and then we're bringing it in and collaborating that way. Um, but then I have so many records that I've done on Logic that I need to go back to, so I use it for there as well. Yeah. What's my IG? Henny the Business. Just like everywhere else. Yoga Joe Guy, that if you want to know. Henny the Business. Yeah, that's where it is. Everything and all the things are Henny the Business. So yeah, hit me up there. And if I see y'all today and you hit me up or whatever, I'll try to follow back, or hit me up on the comments, be like, yo, check your DMs, whatever it is. Just let me know that you're trying to get to me, and I'll try my best to get to you. You know what I mean? So, man, this has been good. This is crazy. We've kept it flowing. We've kept it rolling. I appreciate everybody's love. Man, what time is it? Yeah, I said I wanted to do 90 minutes, and we're just getting close to that. So, like I said, take time for yourself. Take time to figure out what it is that you really want out of all the things that you're doing. Because it's just it. Don't worry so much about trying to get there fast. Try to get there and stay there, because a lot of people that get there fast burn out fast. So my recommendation is to always work at yourself, work at the core of yourself, figure out exactly what's working for you, and do what feels right. But also focus on doing it for others first, and then you'll always be rewarded on the back end. That was why I took 5 months off to figure out how to do more for me, more for my soul. Make the soil of my soul, even stronger. And so now that I'm working more inward, I don't have to worry so much about going up, because I'm naturally ascending in just life, and things are going well. And I appreciate every one of y'all for joining in. I truly do. Man, we're going to get back to it. I want to do more of these. And so hit me in the comments, hit me in the text, hit me wherever. Let me know that you're feeling this, and, show love to as many people as you can today. It'll truly brighten your day more than you realize. All right. Hope everybody's staying safe and stay healthy. We'll catch you in the next one. All right. Head 'em out.